Hi, I'm Eric with Simply Elegant Home Cooking. Today I'm going to show you one of my favorite pasta dishes. We're going to be doing shrimp pasta with a sauce made from grape tomatoes, a little bit of shrimp stock and some white wine, fresh basil. This is really easy to put together, but it's a true restaurant quality dish and it doesn't even take very long. So stick around and I'll show you how it's done. So for today I have 3/4 of a pound of large wild shrimp. I have cleaned these up and I have peeled and deveined them. You just want to season your shrimp pretty liberally with some pepper and salt. So I'm going to flip those over and hit the other side as well. And I have also preheated this skillet as well as a large pot of pasta water. You want to get everything ready with the water and bring that up to a rapid boil because this dish comes together very quickly. So this skillet that you see is on medium-high heat. I'm going to go in with just a small amount of olive oil. You want to get that in the pan and swirl it, and we're going to sear the shrimp for just about a minute on each side. Very important not to overcook the shrimp. Okay, so we're a minute in and I'm going to give them a flip. And that's what you're looking for. You just want some nice color. Okay, and then right after another minute, what you want to do is you want to turn the heat off and remove the shrimp. And then what we're going to do, we're going to add a little bit more extra virgin olive oil to cool down that pan, to cool down the oil in the pan. And we're going to go in with several cloves of sliced garlic. And you'll notice we didn't scorch that garlic. It's very easy to burn it. But now that we got it into the pan with the cooler oil, we're going to turn the heat back on to medium. And we're going to start stirring this around. We just want to saute it for about a minute. Okay, and you want to be sure not to brown that garlic. So at this point, I'm going to go in with some grape tomatoes. You can also use cherry tomatoes. You just want to get everything in there and continue to give it a stir. I'm going to cook these over medium heat until these tomatoes start to burst and dissipate into this sauce. Now, right after you add the grape or cherry tomatoes, this is a good time to add your pasta. I'm going to go in with 1/2 pound of linguine. And I'm going to also add a splash of shrimp stock to the sauce. Now, if you don't have shrimp stock, you could also use white wine. Chicken stock would even work in a pinch. So we just want to get that in there and bring that back up to a boil. And I'm going to add a little bit of an Italian dry white wine. You can use either the stock or the wine or a combination of the two. It's really just a matter of preference and what you have on hand. And at this point, you can also season the sauce any way you like. So I'm going to go in with some crushed red pepper flakes and just a little bit more pepper and salt. So get that all in there and give it a big stir. Another optional ingredient that I really like is tomato paste. You want to go in there with about a tablespoon or 2 of it. It's just going to give us a nice, thick, rich consistency to our sauce. Get it in there and stir it around. And you'll notice our grape tomatoes are starting to burst a little bit. A lot of steam that forms. It's going to help break them down into the sauce. You can see that's coming together nicely already. Okay, and the pasta takes about 10 or 11 minutes, and that's about halfway done. Usually at this point, your tomatoes are starting to break down. You can speed this along by just kind of pressing down on them. You'll see they collapse a bit. So you can just kind of press on these like so. Okay, and our pasta is fully cooked, so I'm going to go in there with our pasta, and you'll notice that a lot of that pasta water fell in there. That's totally fine. That's actually a good thing. Going to help us thicken up that sauce and get the right consistency. And it's a really important step to finish your pasta in the sauce. So I have that heat still going on medium, sizzling away. And we're just going to move that around in the sauce. And you can adjust the consistency however you like. I usually add a little bit more of the starchy water. Some of that came along with the pasta. I'm going to add a little bit more of that in. Just stir this around a bit more. At the very end here, I'm going to squeeze on about a quarter of a lemon. Okay, and now we can turn the heat off, go back in with our shrimp. Just give that all a big stir to incorporate it all. And just the final ingredient that I'm going to add is some fresh basil that I've torn up with my hands. You just want to get that in there and give it one last stir to incorporate everything, and we are about ready to serve this pasta with shrimp and grape tomatoes up. This is going to be good. Okay, so here's our dish served up, linguine with shrimp and a grape tomato pasta sauce. Let's dig in and give this all a try. So everything came together perfectly with this. We cooked the shrimp perfectly, didn't overcook them, and the way those tomatoes, those grape tomatoes broke down into the sauce, we let that simmer and emulsify. It created a really nice creamy, almost silky consistency to this sauce. Very light, but still really, really satisfying. You have to give this dish a try. And if you like this dish, be sure to subscribe. We have a lot more recipes like this coming on the way. So I'm Eric with Simply Elegant Home Cooking, and I'll see you again soon.